Hey guys, I'm Jay, and today we're going to look at a damn handsome Ruike P801. So let's get started with the features, then we will compare this guy to some other knives on the table. And now make sure that you stick around until the end, because I will be showing you the full specs on this. And if you happen to be a subscriber, you might even see your name at the end in the credits. Now, I know that you guys are really busy, which is why I want to quickly remind you, click on that subscribe button if you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point. The Ruike P801 is a manual action frame lock, and unfortunately they did not include a lock bar insert or an over travel stop. The blade is riding on ball bearing pivot, and deployment is accomplished with either the flipper tab or the thumb studs. It's kind of hard to get at, but I'll get into that in just a little bit. The blade itself is about 3.5 inches long, 3 millimeters thick, of 14C 28N blade steel. So that's pretty good stuff, especially for the price. The handle, 4.48 inches long, giving this just a fantastic blade to handle ratio. Thickness of that handle is definitely under a ½ inch at an incredible 0.35. The closed width, so how much real estate this is actually going to take up in your pocket, is only 1.13 inches. If we flip this guy over and look at the back side, you can see it is open construction, so that's going to be great for cleaning. And it has just the 2 barrel spacers that you can see there. Okay, what do you guys say we go ahead and get a weight on this guy? Well, 4.2 ounces, which is going to be the equivalent of 5 AA batteries. Why don't we go ahead and bring in some other knives just for comparison's sake, so you guys can see the size of knife that we are working with today. And of course the Spyderco PM2 and the Cold Steel American Lawman. How about this one? Benchmade Griptilian. And ooh, here's one I haven't shown in a little while. The ZT 0350. And you know what, I'm in the giving mood today. Let's do one more. This little guy, the Spyderco Native 5. Let's go ahead and quickly run through my 7 likes and dislikes of this Ruike P801. And we'll start, well, at number 1 with the curb appeal. So the appearance, the aesthetics, how it looks, I really like. I love this nice full flat ground drop point. And now it's listed as a stonewash finish. And yeah, I guess, you know what, it really, it's weird because it doesn't quite look like stonewash, and then again it doesn't fully appear to be a bead blast finished either. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a hybrid stonewash bead blast finish. There, done. The handle has the exact same finish as the blade, and you'll notice there are only the 2 body screws, which I always appreciate. Now this is going to be a really tiny gripe. Not enough of a gripe to deduct any points, but just something that I noticed. So you can see the blue anodization here on the thumb studs. So look at that one. And we're gonna flip it over. Yeah, they happen to be different colors. Again, not a huge deal, but for some people it is. So I just want you to be aware. Number 2, the materials. I also like 14C28N is just a great budget steel. The stainless steel scales are very nice, and let's not forget there's also a ball bearing pivot, which is just fantastic. Number 3, the function. Well, the action is just awesome. It really is just incredible. The detent is very strong. I am unable to flip this to flip this open. I can't do it. Even when I turn it upside down, it won't shake open. That, my friends, is the sign of a strong detent. The flipper tab, small, which is good, perfectly placed. Now the push button method is pretty much the way to go with this knife, because if you try and light switch it, oh, it still does happen. Sorta. But yeah, push button with this, way better. No wrist at all. The thumb studs, well, they're pretty small, and I know that's not necessarily a bad thing. So for righties, you can see there's plenty of room in between the scale and the thumb stud, so you can get your finger in there and deploy it that way. But for us lefties, yeah, that thumb stud is pretty much up against the lock bar, so it's difficult to get. I can get to it, but it is, I gotta think about it for a second. See? There it goes. Now, this does fall shut. It's gonna take a little bit of shake and bake, not much, but it does fall shut. The centering, just about perfect. Look at that. I can't wait to tell you guys how much this thing costs. Deployment. Now, once the blade does lock up, it looks like, what do you guys think? It's kind of far, but not bad. It's at about 50, what do you guys think? 50%? Sure. Now, because of that awesome action from the ball bearings, I mean, this thing really is a good time to sit and flip. Very fidget friendly. Oh, and one other thing. Again, for you lefties, sometimes, you know, with certain knives, if you apply any kind of like lock bar pressure, you're unable to deploy the blade. Not so. I'm pushing on the lock bar with my thumb, and it still deploys. No problem. That's just awesome. Number 4, in the hand. I like. Very comfortable. Medium-sized paws here, and yep, fit all of my fingers on there. No problem. Now, there is no grip traction to really speak of. I mean, the scales are pretty smooth. Not a huge deal, considering there is 2 areas of jimping. So there's going to be one here on the thumb ramp, and where was the other spot? Oh, yeah, here. On the lock bar, right there, in that finger choil. The balance is off. So it should be, so I should be able to balance it right about here, but I can't. Right there. Which makes this, yeah, just a little bit handle heavy, unfortunately. Again, not a huge deal. Now, there are absolutely no sharp edges anywhere on this handle. None. And did they give us a sharpening choil? Let's take a look. Oh, they sure as heck did. Oh, and one other thing. Do you see here? At the blade grind, how there's that indentation. So whatever you're going to be cutting, it helps to keep it away from the thumb studs. Very, very nice touch. I mean, I can't even tell you how many other more expensive knives than this that I own, and they do not get that part right. So very well done. Thank you. Number 5 in the pocket. I also like the pocket clip, deep carry, blue anodized. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now it's going to be just tip up only, and unfortunately it is righties only. Yep. No screw holes on the other side. And the widest part of the knife is exactly where it should be when this is in your pocket, and that's at the bottom. Good. The closed width and the thickness are just absolutely superb. Number 6, the weight. I like 4.2 ounces. That's really good for a 3.5 inch blade. Now, I have to be honest, it is just a little heavier than I thought it would be. Just by looking at it, I did not think it would weigh, I thought it would weigh a little bit less than 4.2 ounces. Not that that is a lot of weight, just to me it appeared like it would be a little bit less. And I mean, that's just because of the stainless steel scales. I mean, they're a little bit heavier than titanium. Now, these scales are, I think, thick enough where they probably could have milled these out just a little bit to remove some material to lighten the load. But, you know, I mean, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth here. And finally, number 7, the price. Oh, 30 bucks. 30 stinking dollars. That is just a great, great value for what you are getting. And let me remind you what you are getting. Ball bearing pivot. 14C28N blade steel. Solid metal construction, full metal construction. And on top of that, you don't have to go out and buy an aftermarket clip because they have already thrown on a deep carry one for you. Fantastic. So to quickly summarize, guys, what we just talked about, we said curb appeal was alike, materials is alike, and the function like, in the hand like, in the pocket like, weight like, price like. Those of you keeping score at home, that is 7-0. Wow. which takes us into my recommendation. And I gotta show you guys. Now, I have this form that I created for reviews, and I fill it out and all that, so I know I have all my talking points in front of me. And so I want to show you guys this. So for recommendation, see what I wrote there? Buy it. Yeah, that's it. Buy it. I mean, especially if you like a slim, streamlined design, oh my gosh, then absolutely get this. This is a lot of knife for very little money. The only other brand that I can think of that even comes close to this, what, maybe a Ganzo knife? Maybe? This has definitely become one of my absolute favorite budget knives. So if this video, guys, answered most of your questions about the Ruike P801, you know what? Why not just go ahead and leave me a like? Now, before we go, guys, I would love to leave you with a question. And I would like to know, what is your absolute favorite budget folder? Now, when I say budget, I mean under 50 bucks. That's pretty budgety, wouldn't you think? So let me know in the comment section below. I look forward to reading and responding. What is your absolute favorite budget folder? So, don't go anywhere. Specs are coming here in just a second. Thank you guys for stopping by and letting me talk knives with you. And I will see you at the next video. You guys take care, okay?